So you said you'll run and sing at the same time.
Yeah, I'm like the crazy person in the neighborhood, but it really does like help. I also got into the Wim Hof breathing stuff
Mm,
as well, like just essentially just working on lung capacity and breath holds.
yeah.
Um, the 2 hour running thing or whatever while singing is actually straight from the Queen, Beyonce. Um,
Hell yeah.
so she makes it look way better than I do, but um, it definitely has helped because me and Bear, so Bear, we're out with Need to Breathe right now. He played college football, and we talk a lot about how like in dress rehearsals or like inter squad games, you're getting that muscle, like you're using the muscle in rehearsals and stuff like that. But when it comes to the game, like, I mean, for a lack of a better metaphor, like we're swinging way harder during the game,
Oh yeah.
during these games, when we have a live audience there. So there's really no way to like properly train your voice
Mm,
because we're just screaming our guts out those first few shows. And so usually that second week, your voice is way stronger and all that stuff.
yeah.
But the running and singing really helps the breath when you're like, I try to, in these amphitheaters, I try to run all the way up and like give a high five to the person top and come all the way
Yeah.
back down before the song's over. And it's like, I'm pretty winded when I get
Yeah.
back.
Exactly.
So learning how to
Yeah.
catch your breath and that has been a fun, nerdy way of like training for tours.
Yeah. The training definitely seems like it's fundamental and helps you build that tank, that physical and mental stamina to be on stage. And then also the adrenaline seems like it has to be a big part of it too, because just going back to the way I can relate to it through baseball is when I was going through streaks where I was worried, oh, my velocity's down. Like, we're playing a midweek against a good team. Like, I'm gonna get absolutely fucking shelled. And I'd throw a bullpen, and it would be one velocity, and I'm like fucking trying to pump it in to test out my arm, and then the game time would come, and all that adrenaline kicks in, and then I look at the scoreboard, I'm like, oh, it's back to normal, and I can't control that. Like, it's just being on the quote unquote stage of athletic performance, which is nowhere near what you're experiencing right now on tour, but just like in my own way, I've
No,
experienced that
I
sort of
bet it is it's similar. Yeah.
experience, like that adrenaline kick where you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about like the live adrenaline kick. Like that also helps you out too.
Yeah, yeah. And then, I mean, it's a lot like baseball, like stressing never helps.
Yeah.
Like I've found that even if my voice is getting close, because the secret big fear of any singer is like, man, these people are coming to the show, and we want to give them our best.
Mm.
And if vocally, you're sick, or I've kind of had pretty bad allergies, as you can probably tell. Um, Stressing does not help.
Yeah. Sounds good right now.
Stressing over a pitch doesn't help.
Yeah.
And so I think the more mentally you can like learn to let go, not to get too heavy. But that's kind of like what's been beneficial for most of my like vocal training, if that makes sense.